a Thursday night this time, brother. How's it going, man?
Are we live?
Oh yeah, we're live. We're live.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Yeah.
guys. Comics and Chaos. Rage Theo, One True Nerd King. How are you, sir?
I'm tired, brother. It's been a week. The 9 to 5 is more like, 6 to 10. So it's been a rough week. So yeah, it's been a little hairy, but no, I'm blessed, just stressed. You know how it is. So
I
can't
like that,
complain.
guys. We need to put that on a t-shirt. Blessed and stressed.
And stressed. It's kind of one of those. I love the whole, like, everybody be like, too blessed to be stressed. I'm like, that's bullshit. Because
Yeah.
it happens. It's real, especially around this time of year, dude. I'm like, is your Christmas shopping done?
Mine? Are you asking me?
Yeah. You
Oh,
chat anybody here.
yeah, I mean, yeah, mine's done. Mine's done for sure.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Well, I did
Mine's
mine.
not.
I did mine in like September.
I'm down to my hardest, which is my nephews. My nephews are the tough ones. So that's what I'm working on right now. I try to do something in this sphere, right, for them every year. And it gets a little harder as they get older, right? They're 15 and 16. So there's lots of cool stuff, but it's
Yeah, that sounds like a gift certificate.
everything's getting more expensive, cool stuff, right? Or because, like, I'm trying to top it all the time, and I'm that uncle that has to try and top himself, and I'm just kind of falling into that trap of, what can you do? So I'm trying to figure that out. But hey, maybe there will be some great recommendations tonight. Maybe we've got some friends here in the chat that can give us some things to do. So maybe I should stop bitching and I should start getting ready to go. What do you say?
On that note.
Yeah, I tell you what, brother, every single time. But yeah, the holidays are a fantastic time of year, so I'm not complaining. These are the worst problems to have, is trying to figure out what to get somebody. So if that's the worst thing there is, yeah, there's much worse things out there.
I mean, I think I'm pretty good. Wouldn't you say, Chad? I mean, I don't think I need to get my wife anything. She's pregnant. I mean, I would say that's the
Gift
gift
enough.
Right? That's like, where's the things?
Oh man. So I'm just waiting to see something get thrown at Theo from wherever he is right now. Because if his wife is in earshot, respect. Okay. Hopefully she's not watching either, because then all of a sudden we're gonna see a sandal get chucked across the room.
Oh, Mike is low volume. Yeah, are you getting low volume?
I can hear you fine.
Oh, well, turn up your phone then.
Well, I think it's because you might be farther away from your mic. Is your mic's facing down? You got to face it towards you.
What do you mean? It is facing towards me.
So so the front of it is what's coming at you, and right now it's angled down, so it's going like this. There you go.
Is that better? Huh, Legion? Does this? Hello.
There we go. We're gonna go with the ASMR show, everybody.
Nighttime ASMR reading and bagging and boarding, guys. Is that what you want?
There we go. Yeah. Let us know. I'm getting a blue lantern saying "yup," so I think we're good. But no, yeah, it's
really quick before we get into it tonight, because a lot of random stuff we're going to talk about. But before we get into it, we have officially announced that our next sale, is January 4th. And that will be with the Golden Age Guru. You guys could check out our accounts, Rage Theo, One True Nerd King. We have the reel pinned to our accounts, just a little preview. More details to come on that one, but we have an IG Live on-site collection sell-off officially scheduled and in the works. So stay tuned,
Yes.
guys.
Yes, and everybody here, Jeff is definitely one of our more reoccurring characters. So, everybody here should have, at some point in time, met our good friend Jeff, Golden Age Guru. So, it's gonna be a very family like shindig. I mean, honestly, um, you know, Jeff, Lex, and Nigel are really the people that we hang out with the most, at least when you and I both get to go together. I mean, I know this last year I was MIA with everything with work. Yeah. So that's gonna be a fairly family affair, it feels like, right? Because it's kind of like, yeah, we're going to do a thing, but
Side note, a lot of you guys know we've done sales with the Fantas collection. So that was the first provenance collection, which it's kind of like a pedigree, but it's a little different in that maybe not everything is high grade or super rare, but it's the totality of the collection and what has been amassed. And then it gets the provenance. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Providence label. Yeah, it's so
That's what it takes to get the provenance is basically it's the totality.
it's the totality, and so a pedigree is something that you've purchased, that it came from the shop directly to you, right? With Providence labels, they may have bought collections.
Pedigree is when it's somebody's collection, but it is like high grade, rare, golden, silver, like just complete artifacts.
And Providence can totally be that
Complete artifacts.
yes, and Providence is very similar. It's just that you have not had every single thing in your possession from the shop to you, right? That's what's specific though about that pedigree is it's got those bangers.
Yeah, it's one collection owner.
Yes, one collection owner. Provenance means that person may have purchased that collection from someone else or portions of it. Not everything's pedigree. Yeah, not everything's pedigree. Yeah. So that's the main difference.
Yeah, this is the second provenance collection to come up, like ever. And yeah, we're extremely honored that we get to sell.
Yeah, especially with that custom label with CGC. That's the second time they've ever given that out. So this is Secret we went Fantast and Secret Sound, and where else we may turn up, who knows.
Somebody out there, I'm gonna put it out there right now, Phil. I want the chat to listen. Everybody in replay, you can quote me on this. If somebody finds me the third provenance collection and we get to sell that, we will do a stupid discounted rate. He's gonna hate me for this one. It's worth it, guys, because we've done the first. We're getting to do the second. I know there's gonna be a third one that pops up one day. So put it out there, guys. If somebody has it, or you know of it, or whatever it is, just tell them there's a bunch of guys who will chip away at the ice block for them.
Absolutely. Every single time, dude. Yeah, no, and this is our happy time. This is something we enjoy doing, as weird as that is, right? Because I mean, between the two of us, this is time we get to hang out. This is something we enjoy. Yeah. I mean, we don't
really consider that work.
I mean, it's hard. Like we come back, we are dead, exhausted, but we're having fun. Yeah, we're having fun, at least. There's worse jobs to have. We've both had worse jobs, I'm sure, in our lifetimes.
There's better jobs, too.
That's 100%. 100%. Pillow fluffer for Scarlett Johansson. I'd take the job.
Yeah, you gotta like this to do this. You can't just be in it for the money because it's not always there.
No. It's 100% not always there. So yeah, it's going to be in just a few more weeks now. I mean, 3 more weeks roughly? I mean, basically it's the week after.
Something like that. Less than a month.
What? Less than a month. Yeah, it's 3 weeks away. So this time in 3 weeks, we will be out west, This time I'm doing the long fly, and Theo's going to be a little bit closer.
On site after one of those sales.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
We're live and it's not 5 a.m.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that.
I still to this day ask Phil the record. What was it, 16 or 17 hours? It's like 16 hours. I don't know.
Oh, it might have been 17. I remember it being an odd number. It was an odd number.
We only took breaks to get off to redo it. We took potty breaks with him and me rotating. Okay, I'm going to go here. You scan.
Yeah,
we
it was
get
rough.
Off to eat. It was like, all right, I'm going to go take a bite of this sandwich while Phil scans the wall.
Yeah, and that would be it too. We would seriously just every single time somebody was off camera, it was because they were peeing or eating. That was it.
Or literally getting 5 seconds of mental clarity.
Yeah, walking outside for just a moment.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Circumstance. What's up, bro? Welcome in, man.
Yeah, walking outside for just a moment. Sometimes you have to take those seconds because it gets a little rough. But no, otherwise, it is business as usual. We're kicking off the year in a way that we started at a halfway point. Honestly, and the other thing is too. Hold on a second. Let me look for something. Entertain the troops because I may have an interesting fun fact. While entertain the troops for a moment while I look up something.
What Phil was saying, I would have to second that because I think that we are already ahead of schedule. The goal was to lock down at least like one collection per month for next year. So we have the one coming up next month with Jeff. There's another one that I know of that won't be ready until I want to say June. That is confirmed with us. And there's another collection that's in New York, upstate New York, that I want to say might be ready in February, worst case March. And then the month of April, my kids do, so we can't do anything then. And then we're not going to do anything in December next year. And then if we start getting booked up in the 10 months that are available, because we're only going to do one sale a month, because it's a lot for us to travel. I mean, all that stuff, be away from the family, all that jazz. We'll start scheduling collections for the upcoming calendar year. And I'm almost thinking, Phil, now that I'm thinking out loud, the bigger the collection, I think the more that we'll probably push it to the following year. Like if it's gigantic, kind of get out the ones that we know we can get out in 2 days. The 3-4 day mega ones. I don't know. We'll brainstorm.
Oh yeah,
chat. We'll brainstorm.
Yeah. No, I doth agree. Hold on here. I'm still working my way through something because I'm trying to find.
Something's going on with my mic.
Yeah, your mic's kind of, and I'm listening to it, and I'm wondering if it was something on our end, but I'm not seeing it yet. I don't. Okay, I think it's yours. I think it's yours.
I think it is, and I'm blaming my kid because earlier she was like over here like messing with all these knobs and stuff.
We might have to mess with it offline. You might just have to use your laptop one.
All right.
Sorry, brother. So the last night of Secret Sound of our sale.
Real quick, how's this?
That is tremendously better.
Wow.
Copiously better.
Everything that I said from the beginning of the show till now, you all can just go ahead and eat it. All right.
It is way, way, way better. But what I was getting at, Theo, was as soon as the sale ends on January 8th, we will be a year old from our first episode. So, interesting fun fact. We will have our 1 year Comics and Chaos anniversary with Jeff.
That's cool. I think he was on our
That
first
is cool.
show.
I think he was in one of the first shows. I mean, no, it was just you and me. It was just you and me. He was in episode 2. He was in episode 2.
I know in the beginning we brought on people like, oh, we should do that again, actually.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be on a lot of them because this is that episode. But yeah, it's crazy town, man. Absolutely crazy. A year. It'll be a year, dude. That's whack. That is absolutely whack. I can't believe it's been a year. Almost. Yep. No Jeff in that first episode.
We got to get to 2K before a year. We got a lot of work to do, kid.
No kidding, dude. No kidding. Speaking of
we're gonna get each other.
Yeah, what are we gonna get each other? Probably, hopefully, at that time, sleep, because we will have been working that entire thing with Jeff at that point. That's going to be the very end. So I'm hoping a nap, at least in my case, because I'm going to be flying back to the East Coast, so I'll be losing time and red eye in it probably. So it'll be a fun time, because I'm going to come back to a very crazy broadcast of my own to have to run for what I do. So what I do is broadcast stuff, and I've got studio audiences I got to clip between, and different speakers in different places, and all kinds of switching for a Martin Luther King event. And it's going to be amazing, but it's going to be tough. So I'm going to be looking forward to sleeping a lot on the plane in that airport. So I'm going to need to, or I'm going to be toast. Very toast. Yeah. First anniversary. Is that paper? Legion of paper.
Yeah. Come on, guys. You even got to ask that question, please.
I'm huge.
Doesn't mean shit.
Hey. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. It'll be a good time. I'm excited. I'm excited. But anyways,
well, a little update for the chat. You already know this, but I have done about 5 eBay live sales. I did my first one like a few days ago, which I actually made a post announcement. It was like the first one, because it took me a few tries to actually get all the kinks out, because it is completely different than Whatnot. Like, everything is on a computer, and then your phone is literally just the camera.
Yeah.
So yeah, it took me a minute to kind of get the gist of that. But guys, you can find me on eBay, Rage Thea. It's actually not too bad.
Yeah.
You can tell in their infancy phase, the app isn't as like user friendly as Whatnot. It's definitely not as I want to say zombified. And what I mean by that is like all the things that can keep your attention, like hearts, like raids, like just everything that Whatnot has to offer. eBay is literally just auctions, and like there's no drops, there's no giveaways, there's nothing.
Circumstances, we would love to. You find somebody to give us one first, and we'll work on that for you. But yeah, no, eBay Live. So, Theo, that's interesting too, because obviously you're on each of those platforms. And it, like you said, this is new. But I do feel like, and I'm not trying to spit on friends' graves on other places or things of that nature, but it does seem like, though, eBay getting in here is officially, with a lot of the other streamers moving over to eBay to add that as a tool in the tool belt. It's going to give some trouble for Whatnot. I mean, Whatnot's going to have an interesting next year, I feel like.
Do you know what that sounds like?
Healthy competition.
That sounds like a Whatnot problem.
Yeah. It definitely is. It definitely is. And but I think
they need to take a look at themselves in the mirror and figure out exactly how and why they got to where they are right now. That's what they need to do.
Yeah. I think Whatnot's going to have some work ahead.
Yeah. I'm still selling on
them. Got some work ahead. Oh yeah.
They got some work to do. They got some work.
Yeah, there's going to be the proof will be in the pudding, and it's going to take some time. But I said this when we first started talking about things like Whatnot, before you guys even really got started. And that's market saturation. Like, grandparents have eBay already as an app on their phone. It's eBay is everywhere. So this is going to be something that they can take their time on. They can get it right. You know, they don't have to experiment. It'll be fine.
Look at this.
So
I want people to know this too. Keep going.
yeah, it's going to be, I don't know. I find it's a good thing. I'm really excited to see eBay coming out. I felt like a lot of people were trapped with the Whatnot environment. So it'll be a pleasant thing. Go ahead, Theo. What were you saying?
Well, and then I talked to eBay a year ago. So it took me almost a year to get on there.
Yeah.
Just being transparent with the chat. I've gotten a lot of messages too to try to help people to get on there. I'm flattered that people think that I can do such a thing. But guys, I've had this business card for probably about the past 2 years. I have been waiting for that app to come. And here's a little Easter egg for you guys too. Eventually, yeah, we will be doing YouTube sales on this channel. And eventually, probably going to be going on TikTok Live too. There's a reason that those are on there.
Yeah. And you've got presence on each one of those already. So they can definitely find you to find books.
We'll change that and we'll put a belt on there so they all look like a tool.
No, I love that, dude. And yeah, I'm glad to see eBay getting in the fight. I feel like it's going to do nothing but good for any sales community, because when there's more than one option out there, it gives people opportunities. And at the same time, I do feel like Whatnot has just kind of become more of a party and less about the products that are getting put out each time.
I might be somewhat disappointed for that. Okay.
No, well, and I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to be honest. It's like everything's a giveaway. Everything's there's just so many things going on. It's more about going to a club than getting any kind of product.
I hate the giveaway.
Just my thoughts. It's because I feel like there's a lot of people there that don't necessarily care, because they're just there to get a giveaway, right? They're just like, how long until that's going up? How long? Then yeah, right? It's, I don't know. It's just my thoughts. I have made purchases on Whatnot. I try to support my friends. I'll hop into chats if I've met you at a con and I've had the opportunity to. Usually, if I see that you're live, I try to go in there and get a book. So I like to support my friends and be a part of, people that support me. As a content creator, you comment, we have conversations. That's important to me. And I know when you're in sales, sales are important. I try to support that way. But I will say, I didn't like spending lots of times in Whatnot trying to discover other people, because every single time I was in there, it was just crazy. It was just bonkers. I didn't feel like I was getting to learn anything about a book that was in there. It was just, here's the book, and it's like, oh my god, if I don't get this right now, I'm going to miss it. And I feel like
I think setting expectations is another thing too. That's definitely not an app I would say that you would go to maybe have. I mean, I guess you could get somewhat educated. I mean, but that's generally people on there for like the quick auctions, giveaways, buy now drops, or there's sellers like myself. We'll just go on there and do vintage.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something that's like particularly expensive, we'll do like half off or something like that. Maybe, everything else is like $1. Don't really care. Comic-Con time, exclusives, which I think that is what mostly. I think that's what Whatnot is for and made for when it comes to comic books.
It's for conventions.
I think it's for conventions. It's hands down. I mean, eBay is great, but yeah, when I go to San Diego, I'll be on Whatnot.
Yeah.
I
mean, lock and change with eBay too during that time too. You never know.
Yeah, maybe I will go on eBay too and test it out there, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say I don't like more money. Half the time I'm saying, look, this exclusive I just got, it costs $40 off the gate. It is selling on eBay $300. We're gonna start it for $1 on Whatnot. Maybe it'll go for like 75 or 100. I'm curious to see what it goes for on eBay now. I can't wait.
Well, especially if it is selling now, buying it now, and I think that's going to also affect those sellers too.
Gail,
It's going to
I think
affect the sellers
fees,
that aren't going live.
Yeah, I think the fees are the exact same compared to Whatnot. And if it's something that is worth a lot of money, I practice what I preach. Go sell that on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Sell it on here, TikTok, YouTube,
Craigslist, something. Like no fees, bro.
Yeah.
No fees. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. No fees.
No, I agree. Take it where that audience is.
Well, the problem was, Bracket, is that for the longest time, it took people a long time to get on the app. Like it took me 3 months to get on Whatnot. I had to go through 3 different phone interviews, and then I didn't get immediate payout for like a month. And yeah, I had all kinds of restrictions and hoops and hurdles I had to go through. And half the people I talk to now, they get on after one email, and that's it. They get full access to everything. I'm like, dude, they used to be pretty strict. It doesn't seem like it.
And they just opened the floodgates. It felt
like a little more than eBay. Stop it! Is it really?
Whatnot is a little bit more than eBay?
The fees. Interesting. Now you got my attention.
It also depends too on what kind of books you're getting to sell there, because I know that there's some books that you really can't sell very well on Whatnot and not take a bath on. And that's, like you said, that's where you use that social media platform instead.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're either the same or eBay's like a pinch more. There's no way Whatnot's more. That would be crazy.
Yeah, I'd be surprised.
Legion, you can use me as a reference anytime, sir. I don't know what good it's going to do now. Maybe like a month ago.
Yeah, a month ago it might have been a lot better. Right? Yeah. First now we're like, oh, you mean that guy that just left? Yeah.
Oh, that guy who added a hammer to his tool set? Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't good enough with a screwdriver and wrench. He had to get a hammer.
So what does that mean for the Wednesdays, Theo?
Oh, there is no more Wednesdays.
Oh, there's no more Whatnot Wednesdays.
No, I mean occasionally I might go on a Wednesday or something for fun, but no, the team itself, there is no more Whatnot Wednesday.
Oh, okay. So that's changed recently as well too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there's been lots of changes.
Yeah, it was fun while it lasted. Love every single person on there. They're all good friends of mine.
Yeah. Oh, it's not meant to be any kind of question about the persons involved. I was just kind of wondering, with the moves, a lot of people have been moving to eBay Live. I felt like every morning I woke up, somebody else was saying, "Look, I've got eBay Live."
Well, yeah, it's funny too. And anybody going on there, guys, I want to tell you right now, you need to do a few shows before you talk about it. Right?
Yeah, because you were on there for like a month before you actually told anybody.
Yeah. I've seen a couple people not do that, do a show, and they announced it, and it's a complete dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Because they thought it'd be like Whatnot, or they didn't even bear to go on beforehand to just even see how the controls work,
Yeah.
And I'm like in the chat trying to help them. I'm like, dude, you need to get off and go live and stop talking to people. They're distracting you. This is why you don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody you're going on. They're just going to distract you. You're not ready. You're like,
I remember talking to you about that, because you were just kind of like, because I even questioned. I didn't even question you.
Hey guys.
Yeah, I even question you. I'm like, well, why didn't you announce it? And you're just like, I need to practice. This is a whole new monster. This is I don't. You're like, I don't want anybody to see this, Phil. Like, this is gonna be rough.
I feel like I went from a car to a motorcycle. Like, okay, shit, I need to learn how to drive.
Yeah. I remember you being like, Phil, I don't know if I want people to see this. Like, this is gonna be hard. Like, I've got to go out there and learn a whole new thing. Like, beforehand, there'd be a flow.
The first 3 shows were pretty rough.
Yeah. That's
don't know.
not a question for Phil. I was gonna say, like,
I don't know if I can say Whatnot changed because of eBay Live, but it just had to do with like internal funding and things of that nature. You know, like kind of back end dotting the I's and crossing the T's type stuff.
yeah.
And to be honest, I mean, think about it though. It's basically almost the way you guys think about like mergers and acquisitions, right? How that goes.
Yeah.
And sometimes in a company, if things don't go too well, certain departments stay and certain departments don't.
That is definitely a way to think about putting it. That is definitely a way to think about. That's definitely a way to put it as far as things go.
Right? Well, no, because I would call it out if it was because of any one individual who was a fuck up or something, you know?
Yeah.
It just wasn't the case.
Of course.
Yeah,
and in this case, it wasn't a personal issue, but it was also, though, it just sounds like Whatnot's just kind of refiguring things out right now, and the Wednesday team needed to take care of their own business.
To be honest, it's smart of them, and if I was them, I would do the same thing, and that's focus on my sports cards, my photos, my Pokemon. I would focus on all the categories that bring me money and no drama.
Yeah.
I don't know why they mess with this comics half the time, dude. If I don't, dude, you guys would be happy. I don't know Whatnot. There'd be no more comics. Like, oh, they got a problem with this. Oh, imagine they go on and they can't go sell comics. Let's see how they like that for a month. Little shit.
Yeah.
Pull the plug. Pull it.
Yeah. I think at the same time, too, though, I'd be more interested in pulling the plug, though, on sellers that so many people, like, I still can't fathom how certain people get to continue to use a platform that
Can we quote our good friend Aaron?
I don't know if we can quote the name, but we can definitely quote the concept.
I'm gonna quote my good friend Aaron with Josh's comics. Shout out Josh. Fuck you, Epic.
Yeah, it's yeah, let the dust settle on the apps, and we appreciate that, Jackets. Yeah, we would 100% appreciate that. But yeah, I
appreciate you, brother. Yeah, you always know where to
now that all my friends can be found elsewhere, I'll be happy to be elsewhere. It's just it doesn't feel like it's got the same kind of drama. Everybody has the same problems with eBay as I've always had. Fees. And
fees and books not going for what they should
on eBay,
on Whatnot.
Oh no, I'm talking about people have the same problems with eBay that they've always had, and that's just the fees. I don't, you may have a problem with a seller, but you can call it out and nobody gets from again.
If anything, I think, believe it or not, but before Whatnot, people complained about eBay religiously.
Oh no, that's what I mean. Like, everybody's got a thing that they're going to complain about.
The way they graded it, their attitude and a message, you name it, dude. People on IG would blast eBay sellers, dude. It's like before Whatnot, eBay was Whatnot.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's just going to be. It's going to be the same. Now the
White Knight comes in, after he's washed off all the dirt, he's like, "Oh, you guys aren't picking on me anymore. Okay, we can do this again. Let's go."
But I think that just goes to prove too, there's crap everywhere. It doesn't matter where you go. You're going to find a bad person here or there. There are good people, just like there are good sellers already on eBay previously and before. I know that I've had a couple that I've had fantastic opportunities to work with, and there's been some I'm just like, yeah, never buying from that seller again. Like, wow, got a whole run, and I thought these were supposed to be all very fine near mint minus, and they're all at best good. Like, what kind of thing did we go through?
Never change.
Hey, yeah. I feel like, yes, comic book nerds are a very small but very loud and cranky
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, Me and Phil have had this conversation.
Yeah.
They don't go through this in Legos. Okay.
No.
Like I came from weapons. Okay. We like to shoot guns. Nobody's worrying about that crap. Nobody's like, oh, your gun's smaller than mine, or oh, what are you shooting today? 9mm? You little pansy. Like
yeah. Yeah. There's some serious I feel like I don't know. I feel like a lot of people to get into comics felt at some point prejudiced, made fun of, given a ton of shit about it, and that these people never got therapy or worked some shit out, and they just constantly have to cycle their own anger of creating their own tribes. It's tremendous tribalism in comics. There's tremendous tribalism. You're a golden age guy. You're a silver age guy. You're a modern guy. It's so much tribalism.
Retailer?
Oh yeah. Oh, you're a seller. You're a, everybody has to, these guys need to have, everybody has to have, you can't be, you can't be a collector. You have to be, oh, you're a collector, but what do you collect? That's always the question every single time. Oh, you collect comics? What kind of comics do you collect? Because that is then all of a sudden.
They're like, oh, famous question right off the rip. Okay. What do you collect? Marvel, DC, Indie. Just
right there.
Everything? I don't.
Yeah, 100%. Like I have like in my collection right now, it's probably 80% indies, and people will look at me like, why? Like, because I'm reading them. I'm reading them, right? That's the reason why, because indies are better reads, man. I can't afford to go back in time.
Anybody that says that they're not doesn't read.
No,
literally does not. I will back you up on that.
No, it's 100%.
I don't have a lot of time to read at all, and the indies that I've read, you guys are clearly not a part of it. Hey, you know what? Call me an influencer one time. Watch what happens.
One time, every single time. Yes, it is. It is. It's crazy.
You better wear gloves while you read those books.
You read books? Ew. Yeah, sorry, I don't have them in the slabs where I have to break in case of emergency to read. That's the craziest of it.
It's like half slabs and half Pokemon.
I'm
just like 2 short boxes of just every Marvel DC crossover you can think of.
I mean, I definitely have way more comics than I have of anything else. Don't get me wrong. Well, I mean, unless you can count the per pieces of Legos. If I can count per piece, I don't have shit in comics. If I can count per piece with all the tubs I have of Legos, I'm big on Legos. But
how's the quote go when you say you're pretty sure you can say it live? You can.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I was gonna say. Comics would be the most thing I have, but then I had to really think about it. I was like, no, I got more bullets than comics.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's like me saying Legos, right? Like I've got one set, like just the Harry Potter sets, like 6,000 some hundred pieces. Like, okay, I don't have 600 some thousand
that counts
comics.
though.
But yeah, so okay, then I've got tons more Legos than I have comics. Because that's just one thing right there, and that's only a single set. So yeah, I'm definitely more of a Lego guy. But
we call that like a run. That's like a run what you have.
Yes, that is
like a full run,
that
That
is a run. That is a run. Yeah, that is a run. And I've got a lot. Got the runs, Theo. Got a lot of runs. What kind of week did you have? A lot of runs. But hey, yeah, it's yeah. Blue Lantern knew it right there. Yes. Ooh. I've always got time to squeeze in 2 pages. But yeah, it's
could I even show it on live? I don't think I can I?
I don't think you want to. Not if you want this channel to keep going the way we want it to.
I'll post it in my story for you, Ryan.
Yeah, there you go, Ryan. We'll get you there. We'll get you there.
I don't want to say it out loud because I want you to see
it. That's what they always say. He's got the
yeah, he's like, oh, you're so peaceful.
Why do you think I'm always turning this off?
Supplies.
I'm actually going to the bathroom right now. I just don't want you to see me, circumstance. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan,
but
I'm gonna
no.
As soon as we get off.
Yeah, he will. You
know, I have to now.
But no, I'm definitely a collector of everything, but the comic book community is 100% the most tribal. 100% the most tribal.
I will say I've made the most friends and enemies in this community out of any other community I've ever been a part of.
I don't think I've ever really had to block anybody but one person.
Okay, well, how about this? Being blocked just isn't the criteria for being a quote unquote enemy. How about that?
That's true. Yeah, I'm learning that yeah. Oh yeah, you do. You do. And you like to go to war with that guy a few times. I still miss those posts. But yeah, but I don't think he likes most anybody outside of the couple hundred people that like to hang out in his echo chamber. But yeah,
What are we talking about?
What am I talking about?
Who?
I'm talking about decor. That's who Circumstance has problems with. Circumstances has problems with decor. Because he calls the comic book community moves. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, decor, look, you, Epic, fuck each other.
Yeah, I'm of the mindset that there are people in the community that like to stoke the fire in that regard, and I'm not afraid of enjoying a little glass of tea myself once in a while, but it's sometimes
like I've never been blocked so much in my life than I have with the questionable comic book people. Yep.
Yeah. But I love comics. I love to talk about them. I've just never.
Scamming. Have you ever heard of so much scamming or like thievery or just I don't know,
man. I used to work in construction. I knew a lot of most of them were in flooring, particularly in doing carpeting. But I've been in a few different industries where there's some shady practice, but definitely when it comes to comics, you just kind of see a new person wash out every few weeks.
We just like it when it doesn't pertain to us and when it's legitimately about somebody who is a POS.
Yes.
Because the more people that know not to mess with somebody who is one, the better.
Yeah. I think all of us have our own things. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I've made tons of friends in this community, but 100. Yeah. Do not need the drama. Hobbies are supposed to be a place to relax. Exactly. Why are we all concerned about how much we've got to get upset about a new thing each week? And I love and sorry, but Aaron, and I love you, brother. I love you. But I feel like sometimes you're going to have an aneurysm one of these days, and I'm worried about you. Okay.
Wow.
So, I'm worried about you because every once in a while I see one of the posts. I'm just like, I'm like, Aaron,
on the Blade movie.
One day I'm going to go out with Aaron, and I'm going to be the Xanax to him, and I'm going to be just there trying to calm him down because I know he gets so upset.
And I'm going to be the one saying, do it.
Yeah. You're going to be you're the. So we're going to be the little things on each shoulder trying to calm Aaron down. Theo's the devil. Granted, I'm the one wearing the red, but yeah, it's it's definitely past time.
Comic Journey, you say hi to this man right now, or I'm going to join your next Insomniac show and play Blade techno rave bloodbath music the entire time.
Yeah, and get you blackballed again. You know how much the algorithm loves copyrighted music. But no, it's like you said, there's been lots of great friends here. We've had a fantastic time. It's just there is a lot of tribalism.
Yeah,
And
everybody
to
in
be
the
honest,
chat we can get a beer with for sure.
yeah, it's just sometimes it's one of those like, why can't we all just get along? But I get it. Everybody's got to have their favorite things, and I respect all of your favorite things. I've got my own favorite things too. If you don't like my favorite things, I'm okay with that too. My life goes on. That's the beauty of it. They're mine, not yours. I don't have to buy yours. You don't have to buy
Yes.
mine.
I
Don't
will
threaten me with
cast a
weirdo
spell of
music.
1,000 flaming dragons in your stream, okay?
Now that's not weird music. Now you're just being weird in general, okay?
I
1,000
have to
flaming
match
dragons.
the
Where the
energy,
hell did
man.
that come?
I gotta match the energy, okay? He wants
I
weird.
thought you were pulling a magic card out or something like that. I thought we were going into like some kind of all of a sudden, yeah, Comics and Chaos is now doing Dungeons and Dragons live. He was gonna start going fireball, roll a 20, crit damage. Yeah, and if anybody knows how to play good Dungeons and Dragons, let me know. I actually want to learn, but no, I'm just trying to get a little bit more.
That might be the comment of the night right there. Yeah, how the hell can somebody speak against or for something and they don't even read it, Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Now, you're just talking about the cover, like that recent X-Force. I know a lot of people were talking about that, right? Now,
well, that's the art. You're talking about a picture. You're not talking about the comic.
That's one thing, but yeah.
Nobody's screaming like, "Oh my god, I hate Wolverine" because of that Wolverine cover. No, they're saying like that Wolverine number 7 by so and so. I can't remember who did it. Looked like an 8-year-old, but
they should be happy we can't remember who did it.
I mean, we know. Oh, okay, I know who he is now. Why
like
can't I remember? Miller.
It's Miller. It looked just like it.
So yeah, it was Miller, and they looked terrible. And I get it. It's a to each their own, but I really did not like any of
the covers. He did the
covers.
most recent one too, so he did both those shitty covers.
He did both of those.
He did both of them.
Oh, he did both.
Wow, this is a live reaction to me finding out that he did both. I thought he just did.
You didn't know he did both?
No, he did both.
No, he did both. He did both. That's just it. Like,
fuck, I'm done.
This is one of those things like when they were trotting out Stan too long, when they were taking Stan out there too long, and they shouldn't have been. And this feels like Frank's being pushed into some things he shouldn't be doing anymore. Still, it's just my opinion. But
the problem with that, Gil, is that you said it was okay. That's the problem.
The Moon Knight one was not as bad as those other two, but it still wasn't great.
Miller, like I feel like we should be saying that's badass.
It's Frank Miller. Yeah, this comes a time where you have to. I mean,
when did this happen?
Do you? It's kind of like
this year.
It's like when Jordan came back with the Wizards.
Oh, nobody wants to talk about that.
Stay retired.
Yeah, you're not LeBron. You're not LeBron James. You can't play until you're 100.
You need to. Sometimes you need to fade. Well, there just comes a time where you just like it's retirement. Just be retired. Be okay. Be okay with being retired and be done. Have a legacy. It is the legacy that it was. Find something new. Take up gardening. Be the most badass gardener you've ever been. I don't know. Do puzzles. What makes you happy makes you happy. And if you want to continue doing art, continue doing art.
But I'm sure people would still pony up for that, man.
Yeah, but just don't make. But that's what they look like. They look like remarks. They look like a remark somebody just did there real quick in the middle of that time.
He should have went out like on a high note and been remembered for like the badass shit that he's done.
Yeah. And there'll be a time where everybody remembers and forgets about this stuff. I do believe that. But it's just like, ugh.
Well, it just doesn't help that it's the most recent.
No, I know.
So
I
if
know.
he never does another cover again, let's take a look at his most recent cover. Boom, there you go.
Yeah. What was the note he went out on?
Yeah, what the?
Yeah.
This is the swan song?
Yeah. No, I do agree. All right, Blue. I got you, bro.
I do not play Dungeons and Dragons. I teabag people in a Batman outfit on Fortnite. So if anybody plays Fortnite,
have you played the Lego Fortnite?
Yeah, my kids have. They like it.
Yeah. I've been
Okay.
hearing good things. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it's kind of like Minecraft. I think they're bringing in Guitar Hero, and they're working on getting the original guitar controller to work with the game. Dude, Fortnite's on it, bro. Fortnite's like, I'm sorry, guys. If you don't play Fortnite right now, you have no idea what you're missing out on. No idea. Yeah, no builds. No builds. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Gil. You'll never forget the worst Wolverine cover to ever be made.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately.
And now it's two worst Wolverine covers to ever be made.
Well, Wolverine and X-Force, unfortunately, he just happens to be on both of them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Fuck, the two worst Wolverine covers I've ever seen in my life. My life. Fuck, I will take stuff that people ignore, like a Marvel Comics Presents with Wolverine, over that shit any day. Mm-hmm. Give me. I don't even care what it is. Give me some randomness from the '90s. That probably still looks better. Give me him all dressed up in a yellow and blue '90s, like all man packs. I bet you that shit still looks
that was to me. It looked like, and this is coming from a guy that does read a lot.
That's what I asked. Okay. This is what I asked. I thought
it's by Quesada.
Okay.
I thought he did
Miller,
both.
Miller almost went way down. Look, so he's still like right here. Okay, that's okay.
So now he's tied with two of the worst covers ever.
No, he still has the worst. that's not full in here. Like,
I was gonna say that Wolverine one is still worse than even that Quesada, but still it was horrible. I don't know, but what I was getting at was that it reminds me of people that do their own comic books to try and sell to somebody, right? You're like, oh, what's this? I made my own comic, right? It looks like that kind of art.
It's like, look, Marvel picked me in the raffle. Here, it gets published.
Yeah. Right? That's like, what it felt like. That's like, mail a letter to Stan Lee. I've got an idea for a comic book character. This is what he should look like,
It's like, give us your black suit outfit idea so we can steal it.
Yeah. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah. I'm not big on that, but
imagine being the guy that made the black suit right now. I think it was like $200. Black suit Spidey. It was somebody submitted.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like a fan.
Yeah.
Dude, I would have asked for a job. Clearly, I'd be like, clearly your creative team needs some juice. I have lemons. Yeah. Can we make some lemonade? Huh?
Yes.
You like this black suit? There's more of that shit in there. Come on. Who is that?
Most comic book kids have a little bit of that.
Whoever that guy is out there, that man dropped the ball. I want everyone in this chat to learn from that man.
Was it a man or was it a kid though too? I mean, was it somebody that could get employed?
If it was a kid, that was even more. That's even more fucked up.
Well, I mean, but that's just it though too, right? I mean, but what about that kid that's now been hired to do animation on by Sony Animation to work on the Spider-Verse movies? The kid that did the Lego portion of it. Remember, is there child labor law against having a 15-year-old come in, a 14, 15-year-old? What kinds of child labor laws are there for this fan that does great work, that made the Lego Spidey section, and they were just like, this is so great, he should just make it for the movie. I mean, are his parents signing off on their kid working? Oh, it's not free. There's pay.
Oh, he's getting paid?
Uh-huh. There is payment.
Yeah. I like what Legion's doing. 5% for life. Especially if it was a black suit. Bro, you're talking movies, action figures, like all kinds of stuff, you know.
Well, that's just it. The black suit turned into Venom at the same time too. But where does that begin and end? Is the black suit idea what they? Because they didn't say like, well, they said the black suit. Okay, they said the black suit. This would be a cool suit. They didn't say it should be a symbiote. It shouldn't be an alien. It should be alive. It should be. They wrote story to that.
You're right.
So
but that's the scene through the tree.
The suit. Oh, 100%. But when was the last time Spider-Man wore it? When was the last time, it comes out once in blue moons.
He can't wear it all the time.
I know, it's fucking Venom.
It's meant to be like an event when it happens.
But that's just it. To me, it would have been, it's not like you get Venom money from it.
But
you get
also,
like money when just the suit shows up.
I'm surprised that they don't just have him wear a black suit, because honestly, Toby's dropping the ball here, because in the comic books, that is where, correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, because Secret Wars 8, is the first appearance of the symbiote known as Venom. ASM 252 is the first appearance of the black suit. And the reason why I put the black suit on was to trick people into making them think he still had those OP powers. So, why doesn't he just have a black suit on standby, Like, for somebody that's gone through that, like a Toby.
Peter Parker?
Or whatever Spider-Man we know of that's been affected by the symbiote. You know what I mean? Just have a black suit.
Yeah.
Because the public has seen him with it, and they're like, dude, this dude's crazy with the black suit, man.
Yeah.
I said, correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. There you go. Tell me how I'm wrong, Tony. Tell me. And you still haven't even said
Spider-Man doesn't operate on fear, though. That's the Punisher. That's more Punisher than anything. That's Punisher vibes to me. Wrong. Always wrong.
Oh, and you are right about this one, too. The guy that did Foom 2, I forget what his name is. Help me out, Chad. But it's like the concept for Wolverine. Like, goes over his skeletal structure, shows his claws, his outfit, name, all that jazz.
Yeah. Did he get paid?
I don't know. I want to say no, because that would be like the Marvel way and like thing to do.
Oh, that was any publisher's way back then. DC was no better. What Simon and Schuster paid were paid $100 for Superman. Had to petition to get their, Gil Kane's with the whole like getting the name back on Batman, and they both suck. They both suck in that regard. But any publisher sucked in that regard. It wasn't that comics were special. It's just that that's what they did with everything when it came to magazine publishing, any kind of publishing, book publishing back then. And it's the same thing with records and movies, guys. I mean, we're all still under that same archaic rule. One of the people that did the most change, man, one of the persons affecting arts the most right now is fucking Taylor Swift. Skipping movie production houses to get the Eras tour out there and make it a #1 movie for like 2 weeks in a row. That girl's proving that you can just have a good social media presence, and you don't need a publisher. You don't need a distributor. You don't need a production company to help you get your word out. If you can learn how to social media and build a market for yourself, build a brand, and you can do these things without them. And because of that, her and AMC movie theaters made buckets of money, where beforehand they would have only gotten 20%. They were going like, I think in this case, I think it was like 70-30. And usually AMC is only getting like 5%, 8, 10, maybe of all ticket sales. This was huge for those guys. And that's got Hollywood scared to fucking death right now. But, Disney's, Warner Brothers, all of them. Somebody like Taylor can make her own movie and distribute it to theaters. And she's a singer, not even actors with, people that know how to do other different kinds of things involved. It's crazy. So yeah.
By the way, I didn't know.
It gets better.
You see this? I didn't know this. That's cool. That makes me like and want that book even more now.
That is cool, actually.
Yeah, I did not know that at all. Good info, Jacket.
Makes you want to get that. I had no idea about that.
So now it has the first Wolverine and Punisher in there potentially. Sheesh. Hide this live. Don't let anybody see this. Thank goodness.
But it kind of at the same time too takes how much was the idea room in the bullpen really really coming up with their own ideas as much as they were like, hey, this kid just sent this kind of decent idea. Let's give it a cooler name. Well, I feel like we've already got too many demolition people. Let's look at.
Stan Lee admitted he got Tony Stark from that era's like Elon Musk. I forget who it was, but there was like a really rich guy around that.
Howard Hughes. Yeah,
we got Tony Stark from that guy. I mean, we know the Hulk is from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Thor is
all Thor. These guys are tropes. Thor is Thor.
You can't tell
everybody's a trope.
I have the full experience of Thor, and it ain't by Stan Lee. I promise you that.
Well, yeah. I mean, technically, if you want to go back to like ancient Viking manuscripts and things like that, everything can be predated when it comes to Thor.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying, dude.
It's I have the book. I can DM you a picture. That's cool, Jacket. Yeah, let us know. I'd love to see that. Have a good conversation about that.
I need
but that's just it. Like, people need to find a way to get around the publishers, because that kind of shenaniganry is par for the course, and those guys are just making stupid money. Stupid money. And it's the reason why Spotify is going out of business. Spotify is laying off people left and right because they can't make money. Spotify, if anything, needs to open up its own label and bring in artists that can be listened to on their label exclusively and only on their label on Spotify, and start to build some kind of brand that way that's just 50-50 between the two of them. I don't know. But this is the changing world dynamic that's really happening due to social media, is because everything can be found in so many different confounded places like this, and streaming services. It's definitely changing the market. Warner Brothers just sold all of the freaking DC content to a free video service. I don't even need HBO Max anymore, right? They just sold every single DC movie, TV show, anything coming out is going to Tubi. Tubi. And don't tell me you don't know what Tubi is. Tubi is the free app that's like on every single Roku television in the world that you see with Vudu off on the side, for basically a streaming service that has commercials automatically put into it. You can choose it, but you're going to get commercials on it. You can't pay for the version without commercials on it. You get commercials. And now DC has licensed every single, not DC, excuse me, Warner Brothers licensed every single DC movie to Tubi. Movie, TV show, cartoon, it's all gone to Tubi. So now I don't even need to pay for that streaming service anymore. That was the 90% of the reason why I was there. So yeah, now that it's officially free, I don't know what the hell DC I don't know what the hell Warner Brothers is doing. I don't think James Gunn's going to get to build his universe. I'm going to be honest. I don't think James Gunn's going to get to build his universe.
You heard of Fubu?
Fubu?
It's another free streaming service. I actually found out about it from shout out Comic Tom, but he's the one that made the announcement that I think Ryan Reynolds co-owns it or something like that. But that's where Biker Mice from Mars, the TV show, the new animated show, will be on. It's not Fubu? And what's it on? I like how people just say not that. Just put the answer.
Fubu is a clothing line from the 90s. I never heard of Fubu. I pay for all my streaming. I pay for my streaming.
Fubo. Okay. Fubo.
Okay. That I've heard of.
Okay.
But
Fubo. There you go. Fubo.
But yeah, I don't think with this entire situation, with obviously DC being so hard up for cash, they sold every single DC movie to a site that streams it for free. That's how bad DC's up for cash. I seriously wonder.
Marvel should just buy them.
I seriously wonder if James Gunn is going to get the chance to build the DC universe over there. That's the one question I don't hear anybody asking. I have heard not a single person. Everybody's up here in the hype machine of, either you're mad at James Gunn because he cast his brother and wife again. But I mean, here we are with Scorsese casting De Niro and freaking what's his face, who's always sleeping with teenagers. He casts them in every single movie, but nobody complains. But James Gunn does his brother and his wife, and everybody's pissed. I don't know if he's going to get to build this universe. Huh?
Well, that's because it's Robert De Niro.
Yeah, well, that's because he's his fucking brother.
I mean, you can't hear. What's it? I forget his name. Was it Sean Gunn? Okay.
Yeah.
DiCaprio.
No. But he's never put them in major positions. And at the same time, too, Theo, I mean, if you were building a blockbuster movie and you had a person that was near and dear to you that is an actor on high levels doing many movies and they get a side character role, he didn't cast him as Lex fucking Luthor. These are small parts, and they have been in every single thing too. My biggest issue nobody's talking about is whether or not that series is ever going to exist.
What do you think about that Lex Luthor casting?
What's his name? I'm trying to remember his name. The guy who plays Beast. I think he's a fantastic actor. I think he's fantastic. I think it's gonna be great. I think he's gonna be fantastic.
Actor, a man with a shaved head. Does that guy just look like a baby?
Dude, are you what do you want? Jesse Eisenberg again? There has never been
blue eyes. All right, his little soft baby face here. Okay.
No, I think you hate every new casting. I swear. You're like, not my Lex Luthor, not my Batman, not my Wolverine.
I pull this guy up.
You are so whiny about this.
You sure as hell wasn't a Beast. Not even close.
He is 100% a better actor than anybody who has gotten to play him so far. Yeah. But I mean, every single one of these actors can beef up for a role. Nicholas Hoult. So, I mean, Christopher Reeve had to train with the guy that was Darth Vader to get ready for his role, right?
He at least
like every single one.
He at least
bro. Andy, what are we gonna talk about? You want to talk about? Let's talk about our Chris's, right? Let's talk about Star-Lord. He was Andy in The Office, not The Office, in Parks and Rec. But he was chubbier than I. But that's just it, Theo.
That's fine.
But that's not. But that's exactly it.
Got casted as Iron Man. Well, then, dude, the whole internet would have had a fucking uproar. You tell the internet he got casted as Star-Lord, people are like, "Cool, I don't care."
No, I think you're confusing. I think you're confusing bodybuilders and models for actors. I think you're not looking past. You just want Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, that's not. I look at the material.
You need to have an actor. Robert Downey Jr. is an actor, right? All these people,
Hugh Jackman, because he looks like Tony Stark.
Theo, how much does Hugh Jackman look like Wolverine?
He looks like
he was a show tune dancing. He was a show tune dancing Broadway 6'4" motherfucker from Australia. Did you like the Hugh Jackman casting when you got into X-Men? You weren't even into the X-Men at that time. You weren't even into X-Men when Hugh Jackman was playing him. Hugh Jackman got you into it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was only X-Men. The 90s series came out before that.
But you weren't collecting at that point. You were like, that's my Wolverine.
No. Actually, I take
Nobody did.
No. Fuck that. I'll say how
nobody did.
When I saw Hugh Jackman in a damn ring breaking people's bones with no shirt off. Granted, he was a little skinnier than he is now. But when he had the beard and he gave people that dirty look and shrugged off everything, Yes.
Because he's an
Yes.
actor.
He looks
Because
like
he's
Wolverine.
an actor.
He
He's
looks
an
like him, though.
actor, Theo. He's an
No, no.
actor. What's he got to do? He's going to shave his head.
But you need to look like the person you're playing too.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Lex Luthor looks bald. He's a bald white man. What else do you need? He's going to be wearing a big green suit. That's going to be like an Iron Man suit the entire time.
The words right out of my mouth. He's menacing. He's menacing. This is a menacing figure. This isn't some
it's again, it's acting. You guys are stupid. You can't look past a freaking muscle-bound dude. Like what? You just want a model to play him? You want to have a Lex Luthor that is menacing. You got to be able to act.
I was happy with what's his name? Gene Hackman. I'll take that guy all day.
You can't have Gene Hackman. He's not even like alive now.
I know, but I'm saying when he was Lex Luthor, I'll take that dude all day. And dude, I'm sorry, that dude's not good looking at all. We don't need a model. We just need somebody that looks like the role and can act like Lex Luthor.
This is where you're going. And to me,
he'll be way better than the last guy. I'll give you that.
We'll see. Nicholas Hoult is a tremendous actor. Anybody that has watched Nicholas Hoult act and says that he can't do this, then hasn't seen his work, because the kid acts his ass off and he does a great job. He can play psychotic. He can play any kind of role you want. Pay attention to the actor, because it's the actors that are young enough, they're able to carry this forward. They're going to be able to do something with these roles. That's the reason why Cavill got cut, because Cavill's hitting his 40s. Gunn needs somebody he can have around for the next 20 years, like they got to keep around with RDJ. You got to start to look for that age situation. And Nicholas Hoult could play a long-term character on this. It's a super good casting. I'm fantastic with this one.
What do you think as Doom?
As Doom?
I didn't even get to that yet. Yeah.
I've heard of one person being cast or being very close to it that a lot of people are getting steam on. I still like my personal pick for it, but I have heard what's his name from Oppenheimer. I love Henry Cavill. I love Henry Cavill for Doom. But I've heard what's his name from Oppenheimer, Peaky Blinders. The guy Oppenheimer is going to play Doom. I can't remember the actor's name. You know who I'm talking about. He's on every single Oppenheimer poster. He's the only guy.
I do. I can't think of the name though.
But you know who I'm talking about, right? The guy from Peaky Blinders. He's always pissed. He always looks annoyed. Somebody here in the chat's going to say Cillian Murphy. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Cillian Murphy. He's supposedly. I think Henry Cavill would be the big menacing Doom, and the actor and the good-looking person that was Doom that got scarred and had to go behind the mask. I think Cillian just came out. Cillian's just becoming. He's going to get Pedro Pascal, right? In my mind. Where all of a sudden he's got a couple big hits and he's going to be huge, and he does not want to be behind a mask. I don't believe Cillian Murphy. He did it for Scarecrow. I don't think he wants to be behind a mask. Now it is Doom. I mean, the guy wanted to be Batman at one point. He was reading for Batman. Maybe he'll do it, but I've got a feeling if he does, we're going to be getting a Doom that doesn't like to wear his mask as much. I think Henry Cavill will love the role because he is as big of a nerd as any of us.
Be clean shaven for the past like 5 years. I bet you that guy's dying to put a mask on.
dude I mean, he's a Warhammer nerd, you know. I mean, these guys and he's making a Warhammer series right now on Amazon. You know, he's good to go.
Great Doom. Now that I'm thinking about it. Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I think he would be the best Doom there is. I think he would be the best Doom. He would be. I mean, especially just think of the character he was playing on that Netflix series, The Witcher, right? Just that cold, dark, you know, like, I mean, yes, he was the good guy still with the voice, but I mean, he's just that cold, dark, voice, but he just puts a little bit of anger behind him, like he had in Mission Impossible, where you see him just like put out his arms and he's just, oh, he would fuck somebody up as Doom.
Yeah.
He would fuck somebody up.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about this. I don't know if I can get on this one. I don't know if I can get on this.
Who?
Radcliffe. Radcliffe is Wolverine.
I've heard worse. I've heard worse.
I've heard better.
Yeah, I've heard better. That's just it. Honestly, my problem is the guy playing Jack Reacher as Doom, I think would be cool, but I think he's going to be Batman. I think he's going to be the new Batman. And have you seen Jack Reacher on Amazon, Theo?
No.
You would fucking love Jack Reacher. Has anybody here in the chat seen Jack Reacher?
Jack Reacher.
You love who?
Didn't Tom Cruise play the original?
Yeah, he wasn't the Jack Reacher from the books. That's Tom Cruise, just being.
I like that one. That one's pretty good.
Tom Cruise is good, but this series makes it look like shit. If you watch the movies, you'll be like, we were robbed. If you watch the series, you'll be like, we were robbed. This was Reacher. Reacher is awesome, and season 2 just started the other day. Yeah, I highly recommend Reacher, and the actor playing.
Why has nobody mentioned this to me? Nobody's said it. Look at this. What, dude? Nobody has said a word. There's been no posts, no stories. The Mr. Meme.
I've posted it. I've posted it. It's in like scroll back. Post talking about Reacher.
Really, it's a post, okay?
Yeah, it's like more like jacked Reacher, dude. Yeah, dude is freaking ripped. Did you see the last Fast and the Furious movie?
No.
Okay, well then you'll definitely not know the character. But yes, dude, that's the guy that rumor has it is going to be Batman. No, you shouldn't. The Fast and the Furious movie is trash. But the actor. Okay. Watch Jack Reacher. If you watch Jack Reacher, you'll be able to be like, this motherfucker could be Batman. But like if you watch it, you just watch it, you're just like, he could be Batman. He plays a hyper intelligent, super strategic minded, big fucking badass special forces investigator. Yeah, he was Hawk in Titans. Yeah, but Theo didn't watch Titans. You didn't watch Titans. You didn't watch Teen Titans TV show. Trust me, dude.
No.
You'll be impressed. And to see him in that role, it wouldn't be justice. You would want to see him as Reacher. You see him as Reacher, you'll see why people are kind of freaking out with this rumor about him possibly being Batman. And he's not denying it either. He's just like, listen, I'm not going to be mad about this thing going around. Who wouldn't want to be Batman in the new DC universe? Because, bro, he would be an adult, a big bat. I mean, he's the size of Batfleck, right? In the bat suit, right? But he's got the charisma of what's his name? Your favorite Batman, the Dark Knight Rises and everything else Batman. Why are we so bad at names, Theo? Why are we so bad at names? What's the name of the guy?
Lewis, my kids.
Yeah,
Magic School Bus, Pokemon,
Christian Bale,
all about that Pokemon.
Yeah, he's got the look and feel of Christian Bale. He's got that look.
Returns Batman thick.
Yeah, dude, he is like if Dolph Lundgren put on a fucking bat suit from Universal Soldier, right? Minus the accent. He's it's cool. But the Jack Reacher series is just a very good mystery investigative. it's a cool story. So you would enjoy it. You would enjoy it 100%.
People are describing him like fucking like Colossus
Second
over
Coming.
here. Like this guy
Yeah.
needs to be casted as Colossus.
Oh, it would have been cool, but it's too late. He's too big of an actor to play a little role like Colossus. Colossus is cool,
little
but
role.
yeah,
How
dude. Little,
dare-
he's not going to get to play a big
No.
role in the
Just because
X-Men.
he's had a little role doesn't mean that he will in the MCU. Okay.
Let's not get too excited about X-Men in the
They might
MCU right
do
now,
more with
buddy.
him and his sister. They might go down his relationships. They might make him one of the team leaders in the X-Men. You never know. I think Colossus needs more screen time. What do you guys think?
I think Colossus could definitely use the time, but I would rather see this kind of person cast as a Batman to be a leading person that people care about and could finally be a good Batman that carries on for a while. I'm not sure if I want my Batman for the next 10 years to sparkle. I want my Batman to be Theo. What kind of Batman do you want? Do you want the brooding one that doesn't want to wake up in the morning and, life hurts all the time and it's sad? Or do you want the Batman that wakes up and is serving fucking justice the second his eyes open? It's kind of, yeah, I would really. The Dolph Punisher movie is underrated, bro.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I miss the Christian Bale Batman.
This would be this.
I miss.
Watch him. Check him out. You'll be intrigued.
I miss the dude that grinded all night, got up, put a suit on, and then rinsed and repeated.
Yeah, but that was the first Batman movie. The second Batman movie, he was about to quit being Batman because he wanted a girlfriend. Dark, that I do believe in the hype that Dark, if it were not for Heath Ledger as the Joker in that movie, it was a bad movie. If it weren't for Heath Ledger carried that movie. Christian Bale, all he was doing the entire time was, I need a girlfriend. I don't know if I want to be Batman anymore. I'm going to retire. I'm going to stop being Batman for the girl. That wasn't Batman. That was a simp in a suit.
I would say Nicholson did the same thing.
For the first Batman, for Michael Keaton's Batman, I don't know. He had a hell of a lot more screen time.
Take that guy out of that movie. That is probably not even worth watching.
No, because that was the first live action Batman that wasn't Adam West, Theo. That was still that different. That was still that different. It would have been so different. People still would have freaked out just because it was dark. But Christian Bale broke that with Batman Begins, right? He became Batman. And then the next movie, he's just like, I don't want to be Batman anymore. And then the third movie, I wasn't Batman anymore, but now I am again. It's that second one was it. I had a conversation with somebody about it. And like, of all the Batman movies, the one Batman that was the truest Batman, because when you think about Batman, I think about like in the animated series, Batman catches you, Batman puts you in jail, and Batman finds the thing that turned you to villainy to begin with, but so you can start to make some peace with it, right? And tries to help you solve that problem too. Batman was not just about beating the shit out of you, tossing you somewhere and forgetting about you. Batman was about protecting the people and the bad guy, right? Am I wrong? Batman. You've read a lot more Batman than me, but everything I know about Batman, when I would see him from the animated series, especially when he put somebody in jail, he would really try and rehab them. Like Mr. Freeze. He would try and cure his wife, right?
Right.
What was the one movie with that?
Was always a defining factor of that character.
But that was it, right? What movie did that ever happen in? It's the only movie where it ever happened. It was fucking Batman and Robin with George Clooney.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, yeah.
So the most Batman thing of all the characters, of the most Batman ass thing to do,
probably like
of
no, you're
all
right.
of the
If you
characters
want to say like the most like comic book accurate, yeah, it might be
of Batman.
It
Of
might
Batman.
be
Isn't that
Batman.
crazy?
All right, guys, we're cutting the live. We're done. All right.
Yeah, we gotta stop because it's getting scary. It's getting scary.
I don't want to continue this talk.
But but that's like just that one moment. But that was the most Batman moment out of all of them. But that's where that's where I was listening to a podcast and somebody brought these things up, and I was just like mind blown because I was like, that is the most Batman shit. Because he was ragging on The Dark Knight Rises, and he said, you know what? Everybody wants to yell at me about this, but he's like, what's the defining thing about Batman? Batman cares as much about the community and the people he's trying to save and trying to save the villain too, because he's not trying to kill them. He's trying to put them somewhere where they get fixed. Where have we seen that in any of the Batman movies? Nowhere but one movie. One movie. And that was when he hands Mr. Freeze the cure to save his wife. Batman gives that to him to work on in the lab and keep himself and fix what his entire mind was broken about. He now has that cure. The entire thing he was trying to do. Batman figures that out. That is the most Batman thing ever. And I was like, I hated that movie. That was the most hated movie I'd ever have of any of them, but it was the most 30-second real Batman move of all the movies. And I was like, I quit. I quit. After that, I logged off of social media for like a day, and I couldn't believe it.
Phil went into a deep, dark circle.
I know, right? All of a sudden you're rethinking my entire life right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. But at any rate, we won't get anywhere farther past that.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. Yeah, Batman, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Yeah, always kind of like the goal.
Yeah, I mean that's what Peter was always trying to do too. You know, he was trying to cure Doc Ock. He was trying to.
Those are the two characters that are the goal right there.
Yeah, yeah, and Spider-Man, the movie stayed true to that. He's trying to cure the lizard.
Obviously, I would love to be as noble and just and powerful as Superman. But, right? And this is why I always feel like everybody always says Batman and Spider-Man, right? Because we relate to the guy who lost his parents. We relate to the kid who lost his uncle. Like, we relate to the daily struggles of their life, you know, mortals.
Yeah. Mortals either with a lot of money or with none at all. Unfortunately, they're on completely different spectrums of that side of things.
Hey, it's kind of like all of us, though, right?
I'm rich.
You're either way up here, or you're a little bit floating down there, and you can relate to Peter or Bruce. There you go.
Yeah. Bring English Jim on. We need more questions on life.
Oh you do not mention that again, sir.
Yeah, that's never happening again. Theo and I are a little gun shy about doing live chats for a little while now. A little bit like, hey,
that came on that one. Sometimes we really try to keep it comics here, but you know.
Yeah. But no, at any rate, I'm really interested in that casting.
Yeah, good. Jeez, Legion.
Taking it way back. I'm interested to see where it goes. But my friend, it has been a good hour and a half. I unfortunately give Rizzo a chance. I unfortunately have to get ready for retirement this evening.
You're good.
So it's getting close to midnight here. I know Theo's got it's not even 9 o'clock for him, but I'm pushing midnight here fairly soon. But yeah, so what's going on this weekend for you? What do you got going on, brother?
For me, nothing. I'm chilling.
That sounds fantastic.
I'm actually going out of my way To do nothing.
To do nothing.
I might go on a
Is
hike.
Christmas going to be? Is Christmas going to be a shit show for you?
Christmas, it's just me and the fam. We don't have anybody coming in town on this holiday, so it's gonna be pretty chill.
It's gonna be low key.
Yeah,
that's nice. That's nice. I'm traveling for it, so I'll be gone like the 22nd through the 27th or something to that effect. Doing some travel with family and whatnot, but so we should probably plan our next episode quickly so we can have our Christmas episode. Yeah. Gonna have to get there. Oh, now look who shows up. Brandon shows up now. Right where we're ending.
Pleasure, brother. Left, appreciate you, brother. Journey, happy holidays, Ryan. Thank you, sir. I will check out my story later, guys.
Absolutely.
Ryan wants to see my favorite pew pew.
All right, guys. You all have a great night. Thank you for joining. We will see you again next week. Yeah.
Maybe sooner on IG. I don't know.
Oh, wait, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sooner on IG. Hey, man, I came back. I didn't want to cut you off.
No, it's all right.
All right. Everybody have a great night. Talk to you again next week.